Welcome back, students. I hope you all are fine and safe along with your family at your home in this pandemic situations. In the first part of the video, I have explained you about the external process and changing landforms, which is the fourth chapters of the geography of SSTs of class 7. So I'm going to explain about the more things, whatever I have left in the previous ones. So the fourth chapter of the geography is external process and changing landforms of glaciers. So in these parts we will discuss about the weathering, erosion and depositions. So these points are weathering, erosions, and depositions. We will cover weathering, erosion and deposition in this one. So let's start. Before starting the chapters, before starting to explain more about the chapters, I would like to give a quick review of what I taught all of you in the previous video, part 1 of external process and changing landforms. The Earth is an extremely dynamic planet. Since time immemorial, its surface has been constantly undergoing numerous changes. Different landforms which the Earth consists of have been created due to these changes only. We have already read about the mountains, plains and plateaus, which are three major landforms. However, apart from these, there are many other landforms that are spread across the globe. Some of these are forest valleys, river, waterfalls, falls, fruit, plants, etc. They are often referred to as a minor landforms, as they are formed by the external process. So the process that lead to these changes may be either internal or external. Internal processes take place inside the earth, whereas external processes take place at the surface of the earth. So the three major landforms, mountain, plateaus and plains, about which we read all years are created by the internal process, and the minor landforms on the other hand are created by the external process, what the geographers call the agent of gradations. Gradations can be defined as the leveling of the earth's surface. Gradations can be defined as the leveling of the earth's surface through the natural process, which cause it to increase or decrease. Weathering, running water, moving ice, winds, groundwaters and sea waves are the various agents of the gradations. They tend to level the land surface to a common grade by increasing or decreasing it. Degradation and degradation. There are two kinds of degradation and aggradation. So there are two processes that are involved in the geographical phenomenon of gradations. These are called aggradation and degradation. Aggradation is the process that involves the formations of the various land surface. So the process which involves in the formation of the various land surface through the deposition and accumulations of the rock fragments is called aggradations. On the other hand, degradations is the process which involves the lowering of the earth surface by disintegrations and carrying away of the rock fragments. So carrying away of the rock fragments and disintegrations is known as the degradation. So the major agents of gradations that impact the surface of the earth are discussed below, and I have explained about it in the previous video in part 1 of the chapters, the external process and changing landforms. Weathering can be defined as the gradual process by which rock break up and decay due to atmospheric conditions in situations. There is no transportations of rock. There is no transportations of rock fragments through the agent of gradations. So there are three kinds of weathering: mechanical or physical weathering, chemical weathering, and biological weathering. Let's study about the mechanical and physical weathering. Weathering due to the temperature change and the actions of the frost. Rock is spent due to the high temperatures during the day and contact at night when the temperature is very cool. These alternate expansions and contraction causes the rocks to break up and disintegrate in cold areas. When water enters the cracks, it frozen at night. This widens the crack and gradually breaks up the rock. So this type of gradations is known as the weathering. Second one is the diluted acids in rainwater and soluble excess of water causes decay and break up the rocks, leading to the chemical weathering. So the diluted acids in rainwater and soluble excess of water causes decay and break up the rocks, leading to the chemical weathering. Biological weathering. Biological weathering is a weathering results from roots of the plants expand within existing crack or deepening into the rocks and burrowing animals that breaks up rocks. Certain human activities also causes weathering. Erosions. The second topic is erosion. What is erosion? Erosion, the process of wearing away of the land surface and its transportations by natural agents like running water, moving ice, wind, actions of various sector is known as erosion. So wearing away of the land surface and its transportations by the natural agents like running water, moving ice, and wind action of waves, etc. is known as erosion. Now let's study about the depositions. Deposition, the dumping of rock debris obtained by weathering. The dumping of rock weathering obtained by weathering and erosions. The dumping of the rock debris obtained by the weathering and erosion in the other parts of the earth is known as depositions. Is it clear? The dumping of the rock debris obtained by the weathering and erosions in other parts of the earth is known as the deposition. So the debris after deposition may accumulate to form a new rocks. So weathering after depositions may accumulate to form a new rocks. So that is called depositions. Now these points and topics we have discussed in it. What is weathering? How many kinds of weathering are there? Weathering is a breaking up of the rocks and decay due to the atmospheric conditions in situations. There are three kinds of weathering: physical and mechanical weathering, chemical weathering, and biological weathering. Physical and mechanical weathering occurs due to the temperature change and action of frost. Rocks expand due to high temperatures and temperature during the day and contract at night when the temperature is cool. This alternate expansion causes rocks to break up. So this type of weathering is known as the physical or mechanical weathering. And chemical weathering is a weathering which causes due to the diluted acids in rainy waters and the soluble actions of the water causes decay and breakup of rocks, leading to the chemical weathering. Biological weathering results from roots of plants expanding within existing cracks and deepening into the rock and borrowing animals that break up rocks. Certain human activities also causes biological weathering. Causes weathering. Erosion. What is erosion? Erosion is the wearing away of the land surface and its transportation by natural agents like running water, moving ice, wind actions of waves is known as erosion. And depositions, the dumping of rock debris obtained by weathering and erosions in other parts of the earth is known as depositions. The debris after deposition may accumulate and can form a new rock. So accumulations of debris of rock is known as the depositions, which resulted in the formations of new rock. That's much in this video. That's much in this. More in the next part of the videos. Have a great day. Thank you for listening.